Hi, gorgeous. Welcome in. You're tuning into Phocused Wellness here, where we combine wellness with the woo-woo. And today we're doing a pick a card reading for the week ahead. If you're watching this when I'm posting it, it is the end of December of 2025. We're just about to run into 2026, the year of the horse. I'm very excited to be letting go of the year of the snake. I don't know if anyone else is, but it's been an intense year. I'm very happy to be shedding, the year of the snake, a 9 year, and closing out this 9 year cycle and moving into a 1 year, the year of the horse, a new 9 year cycle, which is very exciting, I think, for all of us. I think we all need it. It's been a year, that's for sure, both good and bad. And just super excited to be doing this reading for you. Thanks for tuning in again. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all the wonderful things, comment that you normally do on YouTube. You know how to do to help support the channel. If you want to book a reading with me, you can find information in the description box. Would love to chat with you, whether that's doing a reading or we can do wellness coaching. We can combine the two. That's my favorite part. Just looking forward to hearing from you. Don't be shy to reach out. I will never reach out to you, just so you know that. I think it's creepy, it's scammy. So just ignore anyone who is pretending to be me. Hopefully they're not, but could be. Just know that I will never reach out to you. So keep that in mind. So let's dive in. We have two groups for today. We are using Spirit Allies as our little cards here for today. Two very powerful readings. I just did them, and so now I'm taping this part. And it's really, really cool. I'm so excited for you to watch either one, see which one resonates more with you. So first we have Cacao. Take a look and feel into this card and see if this one resonates for you. And then pile 2 is Blue Lotus. So I'll give you a minute to decide which pile you most resonate with. You'll see that I'm gonna clear and meditate over the decks first, and then you'll jump into whichever pile you feel like you resonate with most best. And I'll see you on the other side. Thanks. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading for this week, your energy reading, your wellness reading for the week. I've already, as you saw, cleansed and shuffled and cut your cards, just to kind of cut down on the time here. So we'll jump right in. First, we'll start with the Work Your Light Oracle cards. And let's see what Spirit has for you for this week. Okay. We got a couple here. Okay. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. I think what I love about this card is that it's already about, hey, you're in your head. Get out of it. You're already doing what you need to be doing. So why not just jump in and do it? And don't let yourself be the barrier here. Really, that's truly what this is. You are your own worst enemy. So let's cut that out. Let's see what else we got. Sisterhood of the Rose. It's in reverse, but I don't feel like it needs to be in reverse. So let's put that right side up. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Ooh, I kind of already feel a connection here that maybe people, are working on their more spiritual side of themselves, want to put themselves out there. Obviously, I'm in the same boat here too, so this kind of resonates with me just about, being around community of people who are like-minded in the spiritual realm, knowing that you are supported, and that you have what it takes. You're already doing it. And then here we go, the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So any sort of barriers that you've encountered or challenges, it's really for your highest good. It's not about being put through the paces, just be put through the paces. You know, Spirit always has a really destined way for you to be. And a lot of these, what might be perceived as challenges, really are opportunities for growth, or a path that you might not have gone down, but now you have knowledge and you're able to now share that knowledge with others. So let's give a little look-see here about what's in the books here. Let's see, the ever unfolding rose. Let's start there. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. The challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is falling away to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies as much as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open no matter how much it hurts, to continually unfold, to let life crack you open. So it kind of feels like maybe you've been feeling unsupported, you've gone through some challenges, and now it's really an opportunity for you to lean into your community. Know that you're already doing it. You've gone through the opportunities. The challenges are, hopefully behind you. We'll look at the rest of the cards here to see what they have to say. And now you're able to really just like move forward, take that lesson and run with it, and then be able to share the knowledge with other folks, maybe in your community, or, ask for help from a mentor, from a teacher or something, to help understand really like what is the lesson here that we're supposed to be learning. But so far, so good. I feel like closing out for 2025, if you're watching this, when I'm posting it at the end of December, right before the beginning of January. But obviously this, week goes from the old into the new. It's a way to really just close out all those limiting beliefs that you might have and lean into the divine, lean into, the folks that are already in your corner, that have your back, that are part of the rose here. It's like, it's all about what you've been learning, who you're learning it with or teaching it to, and having confidence in what you've already done and what you know, because those opportunities create so many different lessons that people want to learn from. Like how many people here on YouTube talking about the way that they've lost weight, or the way that they've started a career, or the way that they've, grown their businesses, things like that. And I think that's an opportunity, and that's what's being told here, is that you have unique challenges that are, kind of specific to you in the way that you've done it, and other people want to know about it. They want to know, how did you get through it? How did you move from this job to this job, or from this tax bracket to this tax bracket? It's not always easy. There's always going to be bumps in the road. And I think that's what the beauty of life is, that if it was easy, we'd all be kind of boring, right? Like, don't you want to be different and have your own story and make your own mark? I think that's really what makes life life. I think that's what's also saying here. It's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, and stop overthinking it. I do that too. I'm always in my head, and it's time to let it go, get grounded, trust. Just trust. Okay, for our tarot cards, we have Knight of Cups, which means new opportunities. It could be new love. It could be something, in a career that you love, but something coming towards you, with the cup in hand. Spirit is bringing it to you. Oh, and then 10 of Pentacles. Oh, okay, I'm loving this so far. So basically what's coming towards you is going to lead to your eternal happiness. Whatever you've been wanting in this life. And this is such an opportune time as we're thinking about the new year. What is it that you're aspiring to do? Because Spirit really wants to help you get there, and they want to help bring that cup for you. And we have another knight here. Oh my goodness. So knights are the messengers, right? They're the ones who go and take the messages from the court out to, other courts, or to the people of the land, and sort of like, bring ideas and reinforce ideas and, just ways of being. And Knight of Pentacles is about material and money and wealth. And it is the slowest going knight, but as you can see, This one stopped a little bit because it's thinking, and it's like trying to thoughtfully present, I would say, that pentacle to you. Whereas the Knight of Cups is a little bit faster moving, but clearly not in a trot, not like the, Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords, which is rushing in to give you that information. This is really about the material aspect of life, as well as the emotional aspect of life. This could be love, it could be, happiness, joy, all of those things meant to bring you towards your Ten of Pentacles, like the, happy ending filled with money. And you can see here different generations of people, in this card, and dogs, in a garden, and this beautiful house, so really like your end all fulfillment that you've been desiring. And lastly, for the tarot, we have a Seven of Wands here. So this is about, been fighting the good fight. And I think this is probably what the ever unfolding rose means, is that you have an idea of what you want in life. Things might be starting to come in, but you've had some challenges and obstacles, and you've had to fight off all of these other wands here. So it could be people saying, oh, you're not good enough for that. Or, oh, you'll never make it in that field. Or, oh, that person's not for you, and you've had to do the battling here on your own to kind of be like, you know what? I know what I'm standing for. I have these convictions. This is what I'm into, could be part of here of like the Sisterhood of the Rose, like being in that more spiritual space and knowing truly what you want, and you're willing to fight for it. And I think that's really what this is all about. And so the obstacles you've had to, fend off here is really to get you to your highest level of attainment in like love and happiness and material wealth and all of those things. So I think just remember here, yes, it's been challenging. I can definitely relate. 2025 has been quite the up and down year, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually for me as well, and just being able to understand that it's for our greatest good here. It's not just about you do this and everything's going to be great, and you move on and you move up and you level up and everything's great. You need grit. You need challenges. You can't make a pearl, like, what is it, that pearl is actually made from a piece of sand, that's irritating in the oyster, so we need those challenges to get us through and to help us know what it is that we want in life here, and that we're willing to fight for it. And then spirit is here to also help support. You have, spirit, you have your community, you have other folks, who have your back. If you look here, there's a bunch of like ascended masters, if you can see it, in the background, and goddesses, and just the portal here of knowledge and of life and being connected to the divine is really what's going to enable you to succeed and get to your Ten of Pentacles. So yes, it's been challenging. Yes, there's been a few bumps along the way to get to here, to where you want to be, but you're so divinely supported, and you don't have to overthink it anymore. It's already being done. It's already in progress. Now it's time to receive what spirit is coming in to give you. And I think that's so, so beautiful. Especially, moving into this new year, as we know, it's going from a 9, the year of the snake, to a 1 year, the year of the horse. We got some horsies here. I love that so much. Just to be able to know that like forward movement is on the horizon. If you feel like you've been held back this year, or stuck a little bit, to stop overthinking. It's already been done. Like you've already laid the groundwork. You've laid the seeds. You've been fighting the fight. And now it's time to step back and receive. I think that's really beautiful. All right, let's see. Do we want to clarify any of these? Maybe we can clarify the Seven of Wands just to get a little bit deeper into what the Seven of Wands has been, the obstacles you've had to fight off. Let's see if we get any other messages from Spirit here. Oh, here we go. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. My goodness, so many knights, so much movement coming in for you. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles. So it seems like it's definitely around money, because all the pentacles represent, money or material, wealth, houses, things in the material plane. So definitely seems like you know that you're getting to your Queen of Pentacles. You know that it's on the way, both from a Page of Pentacles as well as a Knight of Swords, bringing in new information for you. and you know that the seed has been planted. The Ace of Pentacles. Spirit is coming to give you in this beautiful gift that you've been asking for, and you got 3 knights here to help deliver it for you. So just trust, believe, receive, I would say, is probably the guidance for this week. Okay, and now we have Spirit Allies. A couple little cards here, and then we're going to finish off with an I am everything affirmation card. So let's see what allies and what you can, think about for this week, or, touch on as a helper for you when you feel like, shit, it's happening again. Here comes more obstacles thrown in the way, Like, let's see what you can tap into. Saraswati is the first one we're getting, the number 11, if that resonates for anyone, as well as cacao, number 27. So let's have a look at what these say. Number 11, Saraswati. The words I speak shape my reality. I mean, you guys, come on. We can't make this shit up. It's so good. Okay, Saraswati is the Hindu goddess of knowledge, art, and learning. Her forearms symbolize a variety of things, including her presence both in the physical and spiritual worlds. The instrument that she's often depicted with is a string instrument known as the veena. As the goddess associated with speech, Saraswati calls attention to how powerful our words can be. Our thoughts become our words, and there is magic to be harnessed in both. Spend time being conscious of your thoughts, and when you speak aloud, tuning to the vibration and tone of your expressions. Next time there's something important you want to express, take a few minutes to go within and find the right frequency and vibration before you speak. Know that you are creating your reality through your thoughts, words, and actions. Let Saraswati act as a reassuring reminder that you can speak magic into your life. The journal prompt here is, how can I be more conscious of my thoughts and words? Oh my God, I love that. So it's talking again about stop overthinking. You're already doing it. Bringing it into consciousness. So stop the self-doubt talk, stop the I'm not good enough talk, and really start reframing that and turning that around to be, you know what? I am this. I am the person who makes X amount of money a month. I am the person who's building this career. I am a, insert whatever career path you want to be in. If it is in the spiritual realm, I am spiritual. I have things to teach people. Or I am good with money. I would say stop with the limiting beliefs in terms of, shit, it's been, all these obstacles that have happened to me. Maybe I'm just not good enough. And really reframing it into 2026, I am good enough. I matter. People listen to me. I have things that people want to hear. And truly believe in that in your core and soul. And know that what's meant for you will not miss you. So use these opportunities of challenges just to be able to take a step back, thank spirit, be grateful for it, even though it sucks when it's happening. It's really to be able to help you in your highest purpose. I love that. Okay, let's read 27, cacao, and see how that can help us for this week. Cacao, I am free to enjoy life's luxuries. Tracing back to thousands of years, the beans of the cacao plant have been a delicious treat indulged in by ancient civilizations. Embodying richness and activating heart energy, the cacao plant opens up a world of enjoyment and pleasure of the senses. Even though cacao has a royal history, not all of life's pleasures need to be pricey. This plant is a reminder of how even the simplest of moments can offer morsels of lavish and luxury. A night spent at home, bundled up with a steaming cup of hot chocolate and your favorite book, is sometimes even more enjoyable than spending your night in a dimly lit restaurant. Invite these sweet moments into your life, or better yet, find excuses to make them a priority. You live this lifetime once. Have dessert first. I love that. Have dessert first. The journal prompt is, how can I work more simple pleasures into daily life? I love that. Yeah, after all of the hard work that you've been through this year, it's time to enjoy the luxuries. Doesn't mean you have to go out and buy a, expensive handbag, or whatever, but really just taking the time to savor the moment and the little luxuries that are all around us. If you look at, what may have fallen away, there's still things to really savor and be grateful for. And I really like that. Okay, and lastly, we have I am everything affirmation card. Ugh, you guys. Number 6, I am a gift. I am a gift to the world. When I lead with kindness and love, I create a ripple effect that benefits more people than I'll ever know. My presence, my knowledge, and my passions contribute to the greater good of the world. I am a gift. I think it ties back so beautifully into what we were talking about here, right? Of like, there's so much from your learning in the lessons that you've had. Could be this week, could be this, month, could be this year, could be, many years. We're also closing out a 9-year cycle, so just take all of the challenges that you've had and know, again, reframe your mind. I am a gift. When I lead with kindness and love, I create a ripple effect that benefits more people than I'll ever know. You're already doing it. You're already embodying, the Queen of Pentacles over here, the 10 of Pentacles, that, fulfilling life with all of the luxuries that you want and desire and want for, your family or for others that you consider your family. You're already there in your mind. Just let the physical catch up to you. Just keep resonating with this belief that you have all of the abundance in life. You have all that you need. You're moving towards all that you want. Isn't that incredible? And just embody that energy and let it come to you in the physical realities, because Spirit really wants to bring it in with all these nights here and let you know that it's coming. It's coming. It really is. And so for an energy healing for today, I think what I'm feeling is a feeling of self-love and trust, because we've been through so much and we all could use just a little bit more love and a little bit more, tuning into the heart and letting that radiate out to everyone else, and especially to ourselves and our minds and how we're thinking. So if you're ready, obviously, come back to this if you're driving or you're not in a space to, tune in for a little meditation and energy healing. But if you're ready, let's just take a couple deep breaths together. So we're going to go in and out. And again, in and out. Last time, in and out. I want you to just picture yourself on a beach. The waves are coming in and out, and in and out, and in and out. And you can smell that salt air. You hear the waves crashing on the sand. And you hear some seagulls above. And you know that you are here in this moment to drop in and to receive. And as you feel the sand between your toes, I want you to think of rooting that energy down. Just down, down, down. And let the earth support you. What I want you to feel is your heart chakra. What does it feel like to you? Does it feel tight? Does it feel small? Or does it feel expansive? Does it feel open? I want you just to tune in for a moment. You can put your hands over your heart if you like. Just really connect in. Take a couple deep breaths in And out. And I want you to say to yourself, no matter what, I love myself. I've had some challenges and some obstacles, but I know that I love and truly support myself no matter what. I am a divine being here with spirit to create an amazing, abundant, beautiful, loving, joyful life. And when I radiate from my heart, I draw all of the things that I want into my life to me. I let my heart act as a magnet and draw in all the things that are for me and all the things that I want and desire. All the things that are for my best and highest good. Spirit has my back. I love myself for everything that I've been through, the good and the bad, everything that's happened in the physical, in the emotional, in the spiritual, and in the mental. I am supported and I am loved. I am supported and I am loved. I want you to hold that with you this week. Just know, even through all the challenges, Spirit loves you and has your best and highest good always in mind for you. And keep your heart open and let it draw everything to you. And I'll leave you here. Wishing you a really wonderful week. Going from 2025 to 2026, or whenever you're watching this, doesn't matter. Wishing a really beautiful and loving week. And think good thoughts to yourself. Remind yourself that you are a gift. And I'll see you on the next one. Hello, pile 2. Welcome in to your weekly reading, wellness reading, tarot and wellness reading here. So as you've seen, I've already cleansed and shuffled and done all these fun things with a few decks to build you a little pile just to save us some time, so I'm not shuffling on camera. So let's dive right in. What do we need to know for the week ahead? First, we're going to start with the Work Your Light Oracle cards and see. We got a few here today, so Spirit was very chatty. So let's see what we got. Oh, okay. We're going to start with a no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. What are we going to say no to? Okay. Oof. Starting off strong. No is a full sentence. In Rama, where are you being called to journey to? Cool. All right. And let's see what else. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Okay, I love that. I think what I'm picking up intuitively is you have a desire, or what Spirit wants you to do is to move. So movement feels like it's quite literally what we need to be doing here this week. And, for our weekly reading here, But I'm curious about the no, the wait, postpone, pause, say no. Because maybe it's saying, and we'll get into it with the cards too, I think, but like maybe it's an opportunity to stop. Maybe you've had too busy of a year, or too busy of a week, or too busy of a month, or whatever, whatever we're trying to close out here. We're obviously going from a 9-year of the snake to a 1 year, year of the horse. So maybe you've been doing too much this, past week, month, year, whatever, 9-year cycle as well. So maybe you've just been doing too much. You need to slow down. You need to actually just like chill out for a bit and let things happen to you and become inspired for all of these things. But for some of you, I could see maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's saying no to stagnancy, no to sort of like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it whenever, and focusing more on where do we want to go and how are we going to get there. It could also be like, you have an opportunity coming up and you need a yes or a no, and there's your answer, a very clear no to whatever's on your mind and whatever decision you have to make. But I kind of like this idea about, let's look at Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Let's see what the book has to say about that. We are going to page 98. Okay. Because I don't know anything about Imrama, so let's find out together. The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or already on one. Okay. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You're being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is a journey to the world's sacred sites, or perhaps cross country, climb a mountain, lie in the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you're being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. Wow. That's cool. So to journey deep and to change and to go into places that are going to be significant for your soul. That's a way to start out 2026 if I ever heard it, or whenever you're watching it. It could be, next week, it could be next year, whenever. There's never not a good time to reset and try something new. And I think the dance with life is to kind of let it lead you to where you need to go. Let your soul really stop thinking about it. Stop trying to be like, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Da 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 da. I need to go. Da, 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 da. And really just like pause, dive in, meditate, figure out what it is that you need to be going towards that's going to hit you on a soul level that maybe isn't just the like, oh, it's going to look cute on Instagram, like let's do something that's maybe, deeper or more fulfilling, that's going to maybe change your life. How cool is that? And let spirit take you there. Let your angels, or ancestors or ascended masters, whoever you're closest with, your spirit team, let them help you, let them guide you. What I also get from this card too is just more movement in general, just like every, morning, start with a dance, like I think that kind of helps get us out of our heads and gets the body moving. Emotions are energy in motion. So move it around. Don't get so stuck, and really just like let that sort of actual physical movement, in addition to what spirit wants to move you to, guide you in where your soul actually wants to go. Physical place, not physical place, journey into spirituality, perhaps. I think that's kind of what I'm picking up here. But let's see what our Modern Witch Tarot deck has to say here too. Oh, the Empress. My girl, I love her. Queen of Wands. Okay, we're getting a lot of fierce female energy. I love it. Two of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to leave that reversed because I think it maybe goes into that decision making and being stuck in indecisiveness. 8 of Wands, yes, let's go. And Queen of Cups. Wow, we have a lot of really strong female energy here, which is amazing. You don't have to be, a woman watching this to resonate with this, or divine, feminine, but just knowing that there's really strong female energy here, which is about, receiving and being led with your intuition to where you need to go in life. The Empress is, as we all know, she's the Queen of Queens. We have 2 other queens here, Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands is really about that fiery, sort of like initiation and movement and go and creativity and sparks of energy and, just like all of the sort of like sparks and movements and initiation, if you will. And as you can see, she's being guided by spirit here. She's got a, little spiritual friend here in the black cat. And she's got, the lions here in the back because, typically the Queen of Wands is in the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You don't have to be, but, if you have any of those in your chart, that could be really important to you. I personally am an Aries sun and a Leo rising. So Queen of Wands is usually my gal because we like to get it done and get it done fast, but she doesn't put up with shit. She's like, let's go, let's have fun, let's do this now and go, go, go. And the Queen of Cups here is an opportunity to really like tune in, let spirit really be here with you. She's, gazing into her cup, looking for, the guidance from, spirit to tell her what the next move is, how to act, who to be talking to, where to be going. And as we can see, obviously too, with her feet being, half in the water, half on the sand, she really has that connection with the divine of being guided by her intuition here to tell her what is her next queenly move versus like the Queen of Wands is definitely more of like a generating fire energy. The Queen of Wands is more receptive and quiet and not taking that next step until you fully feel it, in your gut that this is the right next move. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water here. And then to tie it all together, the Empress brings together all of the queenly energy to be, the Queen of Queens. She's the most abundant and the most fertile, and the most loving and the most feminine. Again, take that as you will. It doesn't have to be, male or female here, but really she is the one who brings life together and rules over it, in her queenly way. As you can see, I love in this one, she's surrounded by pillows, and she's on a very luxurious throne here, whereas like the other 2 are on more traditional thrones, I would say. The Empress is living in her luxury. She's like, yes, I get to sit here and have beautiful pillows. I'm wearing all this amazing jewelry. I'm here. People come to me. They are drawn to me. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. I just get to rule from my heart, really. And the Empress is ruled by Venus, the number 3, if that's significant for anyone here. Could be March, it could be the number 3, angel number 3, but ruled by Venus too, excuse me. It's about love and leading with love and fertility and luxury, and just being able to just enjoy in life's pleasures, really. That's what I'm getting from her. And then, so tying it all together, we have all this amazing queen energy, really fierce female, badass stuff coming through, which I think is going to help also with that receptive, like, dancing, moving your body, getting out in there to be able to guide your soul's journey and being receptive to it. I think that's going to be what the biggest difference here, if not seeing any other of the male, quote unquote, male cards here, is that it's about receiving. It's not about going and doing. And what I'm getting here too from the 8 of Wands is this is spirit telling you things are going to come in fast. And you're just like journeying along in life here. And here's spirit, the wind at your back being like, let's go. So I think it's definitely less about pushing and less about forcing and really just being receptive and knowing that spirit has your back and it's going to come with you and dance with you and to push you to where you need to go. So I think what we're getting here is from these queen energies and the Empress. And the no, I think the no is maybe in the masculine of pushing and doing and going and da and blah, 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 and I got to do this and I got to do that. Let's let that relax and just dance with spirit, be in your receptive mode, let the luxuries sort of come in. Let spirit dance in life with you because it has your back. It's going to come in. And I think that's maybe what this energy too here is, that it's the Two of Pentacles, which is typically, balance between two different things. And when it's right side up, it's, it's a balance. It's a balancing game, but it's still in balance. When it's upside down, it means that it's out of balance. So you've been thinking too much about it. You've had things on your mind that you've been trying to push forward, and maybe nothing is moving forward. And that's why you feel like you're stuck a little bit. There's no movement here. But really what's going to happen is when you drop into your receptive energy and let spirit, co-create with you, that's when you're going to find where you need to be going next. Yeah, that's, I think, what it's really about here is like trying to decide where to go next. If it's moving, I'm not getting moving necessarily, but what's your next step in life? I think it's something bigger than moving. I think it's like a really big decision. Moving is a big decision, so I'm not going to take that lightly either. But like, it definitely feels like you need to just settle down for a minute and let the answers come to you, because it will. It's going to come to you. What's for your best and highest good, and something that's fun, I feel. Let's see. Do we want to clarify any of these cards? Let's just get a couple of these little Light Seers Tarot. Let's see what's happening in that Two of Pentacles and the no, I would say. I think we kind of have our answer, but it's always fun to pull a few cards. Let's see what's going on. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know for pile 2? Clarify as Two of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Okay, I'm going to put that back. Oh, here we go. Pile 2. There's Six of Wands and a King of Cups. So Six of Wands talks about victory and, moving forward after a big battle. But with the King of Cups here, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, so, interesting that they're mirroring each other here is, that couple, the emotional couple especially. I wonder if your victory has been less of an emotional victory and more of just a material victory. Like, I think that maybe what is making you feel stuck is that you're being pulled from what might be outwardly, good and what people redeem to be or deem to be, oh, that's awesome. Look at that, look at pile 2. They're, winning and they're doing all these cool things. But I don't know that it's emotionally fulfilling. I think maybe your other pentacle that you're juggling here is in the more emotional realm, and that's what's been pulling you, and that's what's making you feel a little bit stuck, and you don't know which way to go because you're like, I like the outward glory, I like, let's just say, the money that this job brings in, but I'm not emotionally fulfilled. It's not my purpose. It's not what I want to be doing. I want to be doing sailing or traveling, I don't know, somewhere by the water. Let's just say, let's use this card as an example, the King of Cups here. But what I'm getting is like being on stage and getting all the glory and all these great things, but it's not filling your cup. So I think that's maybe what the pause here is you're being torn in two different ways, and you need to figure out where your heart actually wants you to go. Is it towards the outward success and what other people think you should be doing? Or is it towards what you want to be doing and what's going to emotionally fulfill you? And I think if that's what you tune into, that's what's going to bring you happiness. The bottom of the cup is, or the bottom of the deck is the wheel. So things are definitely going to be moving fast. If you feel like they've been stagnant, it's definitely going to be moving very, very soon. Because the wheel's always turning. It can go from bad to good. It can go from good to bad. It can go from, medium to great. It could be any of those things, but the wheel's always turning. We're never on top all the time. So just remember that. And the change is going to be coming in soon. It's going to happen fast. That's for sure. With the wheel and the Eight of Wands here. So if we look at our spirit allies, oracle cards, let's see what can guide you in this week to be thinking about or to touch on. Card 51, Gemini. So you might be a Gemini. You might have it, somewhere prominent in your chart. This could also be part of the decision making, because Gemini is about the twins. So, could be this one or that one. Could be one way or another way. Or could happen in Gemini season. Again, Gemini could be prominent in your chart. We can look at the card for that too. And then Blue Lotus. Let's see what Blue Lotus has to say. We're going to read from the little book here because I'm not familiar, and that's okay. We'll learn it together. Okay, Blue Lotus. I am open to the teachings of the divine. With its stunning blue and purple petals, the Blue Lotus looks like it is a watercolor painting come to life. Often when connecting to an energetic center, similar colors will be used to help in that practice. As blue and purple would insinuate, the Blue Lotus has a strong attachment to the upper chakra energy centers. This flower invites you to open and activate your pineal gland to the realms beyond this 3D world. Expand your mind and reach beyond its grasp. You know that there is so much more to life and our world than meets the eye. Yes, I think that's exactly what we're getting. Take time to explore yourself as a creator being, as consciousness embodied. Spend time focused on the soul connecting practices that call to you. They may be as simple as meditation or breath work or something unique that feels perfect for you, or movement, could be. Embrace the truth that it is possible to be fully aware, awakened, and enlightened. Trust your intuition and your power. The journal prompt is, what spiritual practices have you been curious about lately? You guys, if that's not tying it all together, that's so crazy. We're talking about being in more receptive mode and moving from, maybe more physical to more emotional or spiritual work. Like, I'm going to say these readings are the best. I love it so much. Okay, Gemini. Oh, this is great. So number 51, Gemini. I speak my truth. With curiosity surging, the twins run hand in hand through the open-aired field. The pair was created to explore the world together. There's one thing for certain, the two will find out whatever they can and share their truth with others. You guys, maybe it's balancing the two together. Gemini is the embodiment of inquisition and truth. This sign taps into the desire to grow and expand the mind, from personal thoughts down to absorbing knowledge from a new book or podcast. Gemini is here to remind you that there is an opportunity to always uncover more. Dive into your passions and topics that you care deeply about and learn all that you can. Gemini wants you to understand that with knowledge comes the ability to create positive change, and when you speak your truth, there's much power to be held. The journal prompt is, what topics would I like to learn more about? That's interesting, because I wonder if it also goes back to that Two of Pentacles, reversed of Gemini, of, two things happening at once and being able to balance them together, the outward success and the money and, the accolades versus the more internal work and the more spiritual work, and how to balance those together. Maybe you've been trying to do it this year and it's been out of balance and you've been tilting more one way than the other. It could be totally possible here too. Just take what resonates and apply it to yourself, obviously, because we are all unique beings and we all have different experiences here. And we're going to close out with an I am everything affirmation card. I am a creator. Everything around me began as a thought. My clothes, my home, and even the roads I drive on were once just thoughts. When I take the time to contemplate my surroundings, I grasp all the thoughts that took place to create the world. Likewise, my thoughts have created things. My thoughts create my actions and thereby create my life as I know it. Therefore, I strive to think about my desires optimistically. I am a creator. I love that. You guys, this is such an intense reading. And I can feel just that sort of like, oh man, that push-pull, like I want to be doing one thing, but here's the other thing. I get that so deeply. And I think the biggest message here really is to like tune in to your own heart and self and intuition, tune to the divine, whatever spiritual tools you have, use that. I guess what I would say, my advice, if I can impart advice to you, is yes, meditation is great, but I would also just move your body, like get up and dance, put on your favorite song. I have, this DJ that I absolutely love, Chris Luno, and I just put on his like set, and just like when it feels like I need to move, I move my body. And that clears up so much for me because I can also be in the overthinking, mind a lot. But really, when I drop down and I just actually physically dance and move my body, things become so much clearer. So that's my advice for you. I'm not going to leave you with a meditation today, but I am going to say I would love for you to spend a few minutes after this reading, turn on your favorite song, turn up the volume, whatever it may be. You're in your car, you have your earbuds, you're on your way to work, you're at home. Just turn on a song, dance it out, stop the overthinking, pause for a minute, and let it all come to you because it's going to come in. It's going to come in fast. So be ready and lead with your heart. I think that's it. And I want to say thank you for tuning in and enjoy your week. We'll talk soon. Okay, bye.